Yo, what up YouTube? It's your boy AM coming to you with another video. This time I'm going to do a video blog. Something I wanted to talk about for a while but I didn't have the chance to was that what do you do when you buy the new Xbox One X? And a lot of times you just trade it in and then you just use it store credit for something else, or you sell it. And in my case, I was looking online on Craigslist to see if it was worth selling my Xbox. And the Craigslisting for like all the there was like a ton of Xboxes that were on sale. Everybody was upgrading to either the Xbox One S or the Xbox One X. And usually when you have to like sell the Xbox, you sell it with like all the accessories that you have, so you try to get the maximum deal out of it. And everybody on Craigslist was selling for like $200, but they had like 2 controllers, they had like 10 games, and they had little bells and whistles here and there, and that was not something that I wanted to do. I was willing to sell the Xbox, the OG Xbox, for like just with the controller and then the Xbox as is, but it was hard because everybody was selling all theirs for like $200 with everything included, and I was willing to give up a couple games but not as many games as they were doing. And that was a big issue for me. And I also looked online, like at GameStop, and see how much they were going to give me for my OG Xbox. And instead, they were just going to offer me like $80, which sucks. So then I thought really hard, what am I going to do with my Xbox? I have an Xbox One X that I'm going to be playing with primarily, and then I'm going to have an OG Xbox. Well, Christmas came, and then I went over to AMPM's family. And what ended up happening was that they don't play any video games. So I was stuck there just playing my Switch the whole time, and I wasn't able to get online and play with my friends. So here I have the OG Xbox, and I was thinking, well, what could I do with this sucker and bring it along with me? Now, this isn't the most portable thing to take with you. It's massive for one thing. Look at that. Look how huge that is. It's heavy. It's big. And the power is not built into the machine. On the back you have to get like a power brick to connect to it, so it becomes cumbersome. But overall, I have an Xbox, an extra one, and so I either like sell for $80 or I sell all my games with my Xbox, and hopefully somebody will buy it for me for $200. But everybody else was selling their Xbox for $200, so it's like the market is flooded with Xbox. Same thing with the PlayStation. Tons of people selling their PlayStation 4, everybody wants to go to the PlayStation Pro. But I decided that what I want to do with this sucker is to kind of turn it into a portable gaming machine. Now, I'm not going to take it apart, and I'm not going to mod it into like something else. I don't have the time to do so, or the resources, or the tools. I mean, if I had all the time in the world, I probably would attempt to do it, but I don't have any time whatsoever. It's very limited, especially when you're making YouTube videos. It gets pretty time consuming in playing video games, and then right now I'm playing Monster Hunter, and that is taking up all my time. It's like every day I'm playing like 2 hours, 3 hours, and those are just like a couple of monster hunts at a time. But that's another story for another time. So how I was going to make this portable was the biggest question that I had. And so I did a lot of research online. I was looking around trying to figure out how could I make it portable. And the easiest solution was to buy a portable monitor, which I did here. Now this is the Games M155. I was looking online, I was looking for all the types of portable monitors that they had. Some of the qualifications that I had, I needed to be 1080p. If you've been gaming at 1080p, you don't go down to 720. It just looks nasty. You just keep going up and up and up. And some people say, well, you can't tell the difference between 1080p and 4K. I'll tell you this, yes you can. Especially when you start playing games with 4K, you start seeing it's just so much better. It's not a huge step up from like standard video to HD video. It wasn't that big of a jump, but there is a small, I don't want to say a small jump, but there's a noticeable jump from 1080p to 4K. Gaming in 4K looks amazing. So that's what was one of the qualifications I had for this monitor, was that I had to be 1080p. And to get a portable monitor out there for 1080p is very hard to do. It's like next to impossible. But they do make a lot of portable 720p monitors, and then they also make 1080p portable monitors as well. But the problem that I was facing was that I wanted my monitor to have, if you can tell, like right here, an HDMI port. And that was what I was looking for. And out of all the portable monitors, they usually connect by USB-C, and the plug it in is USB. You know, that's fine with the Xbox, so you can plug it into the back, and then it can read out into like 1080p on the monitor through the USB plug-in. But say if I wanted to take something that didn't have a USB plug-in, and I wanted to connect to this thing, it was going to be pretty difficult. I haven't tried it with a Switch to see if it would be able to do USB connection, but if it didn't, then I could easily plug it into this portable monitor if I was going to take my Switch with me, which that thing is like crazy portable. But sometimes you just don't want to play on a little screen. You want to like play on a little bit bigger screen with a Pro controller. It's just so much better. And so that's what I was kind of looking for in a portable monitor. And this is the only solution that I found that seemed to work out best for me. Another plus that it had built-in speakers, which is great. And then it also had the HDMI in, and it did HD. So it felt those qualifications. Is this the best monitor? If you watched my video, you know my number one complaint was that the plastic on this is really cheap. You can just listen to it. It's just not that great of a quality. But I've been playing quite a bit on my Xbox on this portable monitor, and I can tell you that it holds up well. One of the things that it doesn't do too well is that the brightness on it isn't to get too bright, but you know, the sound's adequate. I mean, it's not the best sounding, but I mean, it's passable. And the monitor, you can see everything. It's just that it's just not it doesn't get really bright. So if you play in a dark room, you'll be perfectly fine. But if you want to take it elsewhere into a place that has a lot of light, you might run into some trouble with that. But it's, you know, like I said, it's 1080p, has HDMI in, which hardly anything has these days. And I didn't want to get like something that was huge. I was thinking about 19 inches or maybe getting a monitor that I carry around with me, but it kind of defeats the purpose. You need something that you can just throw into a backpack or something you can throw into storage and you can carry with you. And so what this video blog is about is just kind of my thinking of like how I'm going to make this Xbox portable and then what it goes into it. Did I do the best job? I don't know yet. I mean, I haven't seen anything that's on YouTube yet that kind of goes into like making your system portable. Most of the times you just see reviews about the monitor and then people talking about it and how to hook it up, but nobody ever really gets in depth about like how do you make your OG Xbox portable. And that's something that I feel that it's kind of lacking in the YouTube. And so this is what this video is trying to fill. Is just like, you know, if you're out there, you upgrade to Xbox One X, you have an old Xbox, what are you going to do with it? You know, maybe you might go my route and make it kind of like a portable thing, even though it's not too portable, but you just got to figure out a way to carry you with you. And so one of the things that you have to do is get a monitor. And right at this moment, I don't think there's any monitor comparable in terms of like getting an HD and having an HDMI cord. I bought this for $229, but if I went to like GameStop the other day and I saw it on sale for $199, so it's like $30 off. If I waited just a little bit longer, I could have got that $30 deal, maybe put it towards Shadow of the Colossus, but whatevs. I have it. I'm going to use it until something better comes along. Then I probably will switch it out with something else. But until then, this is going to be my main monitor in my portable setup. It works. I tested it quite a bit. And it's serviceable. It's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst. And you can tell the difference between 720p and 1080 because there's a little thing in here that you can switch it from the two settings, and I did both of them and played on both of them, and it's just so much better. You know, like everything is just, you see lines, and you see in 720 it's not as crisp, and you don't see the lines. It's like blurred a little bit. Yeah, you can really definitely tell. And that's what I want to do, is if I'm going to be on the go, I don't want to suffer and have to be looking at something that's nasty looking. I want to, to look good. And something that's like, that I can carry with me, not something that I have to carry like two separate things, I don't want to be rolling into my in-laws' house carrying my Xbox in one hand and having a big old monitor in the other hand, and then freaking them out. I want to be able discreet, just slip in when everybody goes to bed. I can just pull it out and set it up, and then nobody would be the wiser of it. So that's kind of what I was thinking. And this fits the build. It works. It's serviceable. I'll probably do a full review on it a little bit later after I get more use out of it. But other than that, that's what I was going to use for my monitor. Let me dive deep a little bit. So I'm using the controller that comes with it. I have a Pro controller that I game on mostly, but since that I'm going to be traveling with my monitor and my Xbox, that I need to be able to have a controller. And even though I would prefer to play with the Pro controller, this is the one that came with it, so I'm just going to rock with it. What I had to do was get a battery for it, so I can charge it. I don't have to worry about buying batteries. That's the one thing that I think is very important when it comes to making things portable, is making sure you have a power source. And I didn't have to worry about having AA batteries in my bag all the time and having to replenish it. So what I'm going to do is I was just going to put in USB mini to regular USB, plug it into my front of my set of my Xbox, and then just charge it while I play games. And then when it's charged, you have a good 8 hours of game that you can play with it. So I'm not too worried about that. That's just the controller that I have. Stock came with the Xbox. Never really used it too much because I play with the Pro controller, like I said. And the next thing I wanted to do with my portable setup was to kind of figure out a way so I can be on Xbox Live. All the Xboxes come with Wi-Fi, so that's pretty much set. What I need to get next is to get a Ethernet cable, probably 50 feet, so I can stuff in my backpack and take with me. So just in case there's a hard line that I can just plug right into it, and make sure it's kind of long enough so I can get from one area of the room to the other, so I don't have to be limited to where I set up my Xbox. And how I game at home is usually with a headset, and I actually have it right here. So I have, this SteelSeries headset that I like quite a bit. But the problem with this, though, is it's really bulky, and so you can't really cruise around with it. I know you can fold it to the side and maybe put it in and things like that. But I didn't want to buy a headphone case for another headset and then put it into my bag. I kind of make everything as light as possible and minimalistic, so I didn't have to go and carry things around. So I did a lot of research on some gaming earbuds, and then there was a lot of stuff on Amazon that they were offering. And I guess maybe a year or two ago, a lot of the major game accessory manufacturers made gaming earbuds. And a lot of those earbuds wasn't of the best of quality. It was kind of just a rush job that they did, and so a lot of the reviews were saying that it worked in the beginning, but it kind of fell apart. And one of the things that I wanted on the earbuds was to make sure I had a microphone, because I like to play games with my friend and I like to talk to them. So party chat is essential, especially on Xbox Live, and having to find a good microphone is very important. And that's kind of what I look for in a headset, is make sure the sound's great, and then there's also a good microphone. And so that's why I went with the SteelSeries. And then the SteelSeries, you can see the unboxing of those on my channel. I'll do a full review on that since I had a lot of time with it. There is a lot of pros, but there is some cons to the headset. Would I say it's the very best? That'll be probably later for the review, but it's up there, but it's not the best. So what I ended up doing was reading online, what people were saying were the best, gaming buds. And everybody was saying, well, I had these Mad Cat ones, I had these Razer ones, I bought these ones off Amazon, and they were saying it worked for a while, then it quit. But then the one thing that people said was they use Skull Candy headsets. So I have my Skull Candies that I bought. These are the Ink 2.0. They say to get the Android kind because that's like a universal mic, so that works perfectly with the Xbox controller. But they also said that you probably want to avoid like the Apple head earbuds because it's not as compatible. But then I also read online that there's a workaround, and for me, if like I'm taking my stuff portable, I don't want to like worry about trying to like have to set up my earbuds every time. So I'm not looking to do a workaround. I just want to plug and play, plug it in, put my headset on, and start playing the game. And so that kind of like, you know, if I had to do workarounds for like to take my Apple earbuds, that's kind of like, you know, defeats the purpose of having a portable Xbox on you. So I got these Skull Candies. These Skull Candy headphones, you know, they work pretty good. Here they are. But the biggest problem I have with it is they feel really cheap. Like this cord is plasticky, and it feels like if I just pull a little bit, it's gonna rip in half. And that's the biggest issue. The microphone works really well. I've been doing a lot of games on Party Chat with it when I've been testing out my monitor, and it works, but it picks up everything. So it's not as like directional as my headset. It's very just like a general like an omnidirectional microphone. So like if somebody's talking in the background, they'll hear you. So like if somebody's having a private conversation while you're gaming, they're gonna hear it all over Xbox Live. And so, but you know, that's what you get with gaming earbuds, I think. But just the quality of these headphones, you know, even though they're pretty, you know, they're decent for like, you know, cruising around school with, but I wouldn't say these are like the end all be all. I would like something that's a little bit more durable, something that I don't feel like it's gonna break. Sounds decent, but what I've been noticing that every once in a while, maybe it's the controller, but like I'll be playing, all of a sudden like it'll like cut out for a second and then cut back in. And it does it periodically. It's not so bad that I have to go get something new. It's just that it's kind of, you know, not the greatest. And so I'm gonna probably upgrade these headphones to something else. I'm gonna do a little bit more research, maybe go high end and get, I don't know, a Bose type of headphones, so I can, you know, at least have decent gaming headphones that I don't feel like are gonna break. These things, it works really well. Only problem though is just it just feels flimsy, and a lot of times when you're gaming, you know, you gotta go to the bathroom, you pull them out of your ears, and I just don't want the cord ripping out, and then I won't be able to talk online. I want longevity with the product that I'm gonna buy, because you're on the go, you're traveling, and you don't want, you know, things to break on you, because that means you have to go run around and find another replacement for that, and you don't want to be doing that. This year I'm going to be headed over to Evo, so I'm probably going to take my Xbox with me, so this is going to be like, you know, a really great opportunity for me to really like take it with me on the go. That's not until August, but I'm also going to be taking a couple of trips, so I'll be taking my Xbox with me so that I can be playing games while I'm out vacationing. During the day I'll be seeing the sights, and at night I'll just be playing games. So that's kind of what I had for my Xbox. The next thing that you have to think about is like, you know, how are you going to carry this stuff? So I was looking online, and I found another thing that is pretty cool. So what I ended up getting is this backpack. This is the games backpack that they suggest you purchase to take your monitor in. They sell it as a combo online, but that's for the 720p portable monitor. They don't sell the backpack and the monitor together, that one that's in 1080p. So you're gonna have to go and buy the backpack separately, and then get the monitor. Buy them separately. So I got this backpack, and then there's a lot of backpacks online that you can get. There's the Razer one. There's some from there's a lot of like gaming backpacks. The reason why I picked this one is because I like that it's padded all the way through, which is nice. Because, you know, I do like my Xbox, and I don't, you know, if I put it on the ground, I don't want it to break. I want some cushion in it. But this is the really cool part, that it has two places to put things. So you can put your Xbox right here. You can put your portable monitor in here, and then you can put all the accessories in this little pouch up here on the top. And surprisingly enough, everything fits in here very well. that big old power brick goes in here nicely. There's space for the headphones, and then for the controller, all in this spot right here. And so I found that to be really helpful. I liked it a lot. And there's also a little pocket up here, so you can put like games with you if you want to. Now I've just been buying all my, if it's a game I'm gonna know I'm gonna play for a long time, I just buy it digitally so I can have it on my Xbox. But if it's a, something that I think I will trade in later or try to sell, then I'll get it in disc form. Yeah, so you have another pocket here, so if you want to put your controller in here, you can. What they say though is that when you're cruising around and traveling, to always put the zippers always on the top, so that this thing comes over the top of it and nobody can unzip it while you're like just standing there and take out all your stuff. And so that's what that's for. So it clips in here, makes a loud audible sound, so like if somebody unclips it and tries to flip it over that while you have it on your back, you can feel it on hitting your head, so you can turn around and say, tell them to stop stealing your Xbox. So that's what you do. Zip it all the way to the top, and you flip the top over. And I also like that it's square, which is cool, and it's kind of small in terms of like a footprint. And so that's what I'm looking for in terms of like portability, something that I can carry on my back. I also saw that games made like this little plastic sling thing that you can carry around, but the problem with that with me is that I just don't want to be carrying around a plastic thing. It just doesn't look cool. It's made out of plastic, and then it just looks kind of tacky in my opinion. So I just rather just pull all the whole thing and plug it in. So this backpack looks cool. I put everything in it. It fits perfectly. Something that I additionally bought as well is this little headphone case. The Skull Candies doesn't come with a case, and as I was saying, it's really cheap. It feels like it's made cheaply, so I wanted to get a case so that I can put my headphones in there and it doesn't like rip in the packaging. Because say you're like you're carrying your system around with you and it's jangling in your bag and it gets caught up on like the power brick, and then it just keeps rubbing against it, maybe it'll break. I don't know. It feels like it'll break really easy. So I got a little carrying case, got it from Amazon. It was like $3, so it wasn't too bad. And I put the headphones in there, and then it just goes right in. You just zip it all up. So that's what I have for my little system. Is all the pieces to it perfect? No. And so that's where you come in. So if you find something that works really well with your Xbox, say like some earbuds that are like have great sound, has a great microphone, and you just love it so much, let me know in the comments so I can go out and get it, because I would want to try it out and make sure it works for me. And everything that I get, I always want to get like the best quality of it, because I want to keep it as long as possible, and I take care of my stuff. It's not like that I like destroy things. It's just that you traveling around with it, there's gonna be wear and tear on it, so I just gotta make sure that that's the case. And so if you know of a better, maybe you've been carrying your Xbox from one place to the other all the time, gaming with your friends, doing LAN parties, all that good stuff, and you found a monitor that's way better than this one, let me know, because I want to check it out, because I want to be able to like keep this on me until like the Xbox One is done. And because it's just I love gaming, and I like to take it on me with on the go. I travel quite a bit, so like if I go somewhere, I just what ends up happening is you go home, or you go back to the hotel, or you go back to your friend's place, and it's the only thing that you get to do is just like watch videos on your phone, or you just like watch Netflix together, and that's it. I'll just go into the corner, hook up my Xbox, and start playing my games, and beat a couple levels in Monster Hunter, or go online, play a couple matches in Overwatch, do it over Xbox Live, all that good stuff. So that's pretty much kind of like the thinking that I'm putting into my little portable Xbox system. Maybe there's something better. Please let me know, because I will test it out and I'll see if it works properly. So far what I have is serviceable. Could it be better? I would say yes. But right now it's decent. It's not the worst experience, but it could be better, and I feel like it could be better. So if any tips, anything like that, just let me know. Hit me up in the comments, and if you like the video, like it and subscribe. Thank you. Peace.